Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. I hope that my message find you good and well and healthy, and definitely my take on the market finally arrived, which we were talking about the November rally. Of course, those of you who has been following me for some time on the live Facebook as well as YouTube, I talk about the November to April 2024 and also next year presidential election 2024. Especially today we will be talking about the Robie US market. Now remember, our US Robie is still on, but what we will likely to make announcement in here, we'll make a change in the format that we're presenting in our live FB. Do take note, there's the demand still for our VSA 360 breakfast show, so we'll bring that back on Friday. So next Friday, we're going back to the VSA 360 for the Bursa, because there's still a lot of our members still want that services. And what we do, we'll do on Monday. Now on the every what we call the odd a week of the month, we'll do the Bursa SmartRobie, and on the even week of the month, we'll do the US SmartRobie. So that way we cover everything. We got a bit of the Bursa SmartRobie, which is on Monday, as well as the US Market SmartRobie also on Monday, but it just will be on the 2nd and on the 4th Monday of the month, and as well as the Bursa KLCI will be on the 1st, 3rd and 5th Monday of the month. So just take note of this arrangement in here, because the Friday, which is the VSA 60, which is the flagship of our company. So just one announcement that I want to make for all, so that way everybody get to enjoy what we have, especially in this educational sharing that we have. Good morning to Wayong. Good morning, Miss Lee in here. So let's get down to what we have for you this morning in the program that we have for you. Of course, let me just tape this on the chart that you see on the left hand side, and definitely the Green Pentagon. The Green Pentagon came out on what day was this? This was on 1st of November. Well, time and time again, the November rally, which we will talk about in here, and I do hope this news about the November rally of the year-end rally is no surprise to you, because I've been educating the public about the likelihood of this rally this morning in here. And if you do appreciate the work that we do, give us a thumbs up in here for the educational things we talk about in the US market sense in here. All right, let's get on to the agenda for this morning. And of course, the US market turned Green Pentagon. This is what one of our public announcement that we have, especially SmartRobie, powered by Pentagon Guider in here, which is really a proprietary of our trade VSA system in here. And we thank you for your support and all this while in here. And not to forget, things that we talk about is also the respective market indices, sort of to give you which sector is moving up. And right now, the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq, which is the technology heavy, has turned up signal. And of course, for our Muslim friends, we do have something in here, is the US Sharia shares, all right? The US Sharia shares, which I will talk about how you can find them and put that in your favor. And of course, if you're a beginner, you want to stick to the Robie FA list, which do get a bit of dividend coverage. But keep in mind, the dividend is not as high as what we find in Malaysia. And one of the reasons why I do find it is because many of these US companies that we talk about in India are still in a growth stages. Now, you know, when a company is growing, they need to use the retained earnings back to the company to, really grow. Whereas in a more country like Malaysia, a lot of the retained earnings are given back. And the maturity of our Malaysian audience, especially Malaysian investor, they're looking for dividend, they're looking for something for stable, whereas in the US, a lot of them are looking for growth. So sometimes this growth can cause the market to really move up and down. All right, so take note of the nature of the market in here. Now let's take a look. This is why we talk about the powering of the SmartRobie by Pentagon Guider using this, the VSA in here. Now, if you look at the S&P 500, the month of October, we have some winners and losers. Definitely Roblox, which is one of the maker of gaming. You see a lot of children playing those games are by Roblox in here. And again, the stock actually fell right at this below here. Let me just get my pen here and sort of circle. This is where I think there was a big missing of the earnings, where the market dropped. Then it built a very nice base here, what we call a double bottom. So I'm just going to get a bit more illustrative. As you can see, a double bottom in here, and then the Green Pentagon, which comes out, right? G.P in here. Even if you have this red pentagon, the market was still holding up, and guess what? Another green pentagon comes out in here. So this is going to be benefiting from the November 2023, and I will say this rally is soon to be coming. So make sure you watch this rally in here, Roblox in here. Now, what are the news which we want to talk about that drives the market? The news that drives the market is perhaps the Federal Reserve holding the interest rate, right? With this interest rate being whole, which is in the range of 5.25 to 5.5, still the highest in the 22 years, because central banks is having up. In the statement, the Feds also talk about, let me just stream to a bigger screen here, a bigger screen here, and they talk about a strong third quarter from a solid September. All right, so that is a stronger vocabulary used by the Federal Reserve. So that means recession will likely to be on hold. And many people are talking about recession now in here. With this statement in here, this causes, this strong word, okay, causes the market to rally. The market started to rally, and the Feds is, of course, now we are in November, right? And I don't think November and December we will see interest rate hike. So that's why we are seeing this market likely to go up, which we already know this many months ago, right? And if you look at it, right, this is one of those months that you need to be rally. And this is why, as a public announcement that we do in here, is to educate the public about the likelihood of this market really moving up higher in here. And even some of the interest rate sensitive real estate started to move. I have the best run since July. So this is definitely moving favorable. And of course, if you look back in the chart, just on top of me here, right, you can see the 1 month chart streaming up. It is still starting to make up in here, and does look like it's going to go higher rather than lower. All right, now let's take a look at the next we have is also looking in the 3-month sector. All right, this is what we call some of those hot sectors which I want to illustrate more. And of course, if you want to go to the SmartRobie, you can click on the hot sectors. Just let me switch to a wider chart here. You do see one more time hot sectors, right? And you can see utilities, okay? Definitely utilities, consumer, technology. Yes, technology is back. So why this is important, and let me just bring this chart up here. No, I think I done back. Okay, here. Yes, you can see energy sectors has been a nice run. These are from here, but some of the bottom side, this is the level, and these are the kind of stocks we are talking about, okay, which they have fallen a lot, minus 5% the last 3 months. SPX has down the last 3 months 5%. Utility is down 6%. But if you look from the hot sector from SmartRobie, boy oh boy, it started to pick up in here. And I think it doesn't take a lot of genius for those of you who want to know how to rotate out the sectors, and by looking at this utility where you can get some of the best stocks that's moving higher. I think that's all we can do as an investor to capitalize on this opportunity, which many people may not get it, because part of it as our education to the public, how you can benefit from this totally by using SmartRobie. If you agree with what I've just said, give me a thumbs up in here, and also do like and share this video in your timeline. So take note of that one. And of course, our next chart that we have, right, will be the US sector stock index, which is actually courtesy of the VSA 360. Now, if you're not a member of our VSA 360 or our premium member, make sure you join our premium membership in here for many benefits. Definitely one of those things that we talk about, the exposure to the weekly stock pick that we do in our live training, which has performed pretty well in here. Now, also, if you take note, this important news strand, you can see here, turn Green Pentagon, utility, and also XLK. XLK is the technology sector. You can see the technology started. Let me just switch to a wider chart here. Yeah, you can see better. So the technology has started to turn in here. So that would also impact our Bursa technology. All right. So the Bursa technology is something I will cover on Monday, but you will see the big brother in this case is the US stock will cover it. And of course, the next factor is also the pause in the interest rate. With the pause interest rate, many of these will get Green Pentagon. It doesn't take a genius to figure out. And also the generative AI sectors, right? Like a Microsoft, like some of the NVIDIA generative sectors will perform well. And we all know NVIDIA is also at a 5-month low. If not, you can check it out in here. NVDA, okay, NVDA, hit it here, switch to a wider chart. And look at the chart here, and I think Green Pentagon is coming. I haven't really checked the chart yet, but let's take a look. Yes, just turned Green Pentagon yesterday at almost, yep, you can see right at the base when the first came out with the so-called the generative, that was in May, market pops up. This is actually a very, very good a position to be buying right at the support in here. Lots of upside. That's the one to be swinging if you are bullish on the generative AI sectors in here, right? All these are telltale signs, at least backing up what we have seen in the market in here. Now, let's go on to the next slide. And this was from last week, which I did talk about earlier on. It's because the US, remember the federal chairman were using the word strong statement, the word strong statement, isn't it? So this word strong has an impact because the US economy grow at 4.9, and also what we have seen also the flattening out of the inflation. So if they can hold this inflation in pretty well control, guess what? They might just cut the interest rate, right? With the cutting our interest rate in here, you can see this is why US market can rally upward, especially for the November, which time and time again I've been educating the public on this one in here. So the word of the pushback for the fear of the recession will definitely be off the table right now. But of course, there will still be people fearing another interest rate hike, another recession in here. And as long as more people talk about that, that is why I do think the likelihood it will happen will be less. Okay, now let's switch to a wider chart here. Now you can see the US Dow Jones did turn a Green Pentagon from here, which is the 1st of November. All right, and what it does is actually they still have the 200-day moving average. Let me just show you. Let me just get this thing up here. So you can see this is the 200-day moving average, which is the Great Wall of China I've talked about. And you can see in here, which this was the what we call a stage 4 down, but the market broke through here very, very nicely in here. And right now, this is at this resistance of 200-day moving average at 34K. Right, you can see 34K is the 200-day moving average. Okay, so there's 34,000. Okay, which is the DJAI. Okay. At 34K in here, but we have to see whether it can break higher. But definitely we have seen for the S&P 500, the S&P 500, it has broken last night in here. Now remember, railway track may be crossing up soon because of our November month seasonality tend to be very bullish. We do see a sign of strength, which is a 2-bar reversal. A 2-bar reversal here. You can see here, this was a 2-bar reversal and the market reversed up at 32.5K. That's a really good one in here, but right now still below the 200-day moving average. Now next we'll look into the Nasdaq, which is the so-called technology. Let me just get the pen right. Yeah, this is the tech sectors, which you all know are turning Green Pentagon too, right, earlier on. So that Green Pentagon, and many people may not aware of this because they are just looking into the Malaysian market. So with the Malaysian, the Bursa will also turn. The Bursa Tech will eventually turn Green Pentagon. And of course, we will talk about that on this coming Monday in here. They did have a shakeout at 14,600 because if you look at the chart that we have so far, right? Okay, let me just go a bit too fast. That you can see here, which is the the 14,060 level here. That is the support. But you notice what happened. It actually washed and go up. This is usually what we call a shakeout. Okay, a shakeout is to shake out especially many of those what we call weak hand holders. Usually a lot, you can see that in the influencer or some of the blogger out there telling you, oh, market going down, sell, 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 sell. That's right. They will ask you to sell, but that's a shakeout. But in VSA, we call this a shakeout. It is actually a sign of strength, sign of strength. Because if you look back, there was no follow through on the sell-off here. You can see this sell-off and this sell-off. There's no follow through, and the market reverse followed by a shakeout. So this is a reverse. So you have a shakeout first, then only you have the reverse of the market. And guess what? It is still holding above the 200-day moving average. Very, very strong support in here. Now let's take a look at the S&P 500. Also turned bullish. You can see from here a similar story, a shakeout in here and reverse on the good news of no interest rate. Okay, no interest rate hike, and that's where it is. Railway track is crossing upward, and it is still again the November seasonality. This is where you see the 200-day MA, and the market starting to pick up here. And you have 3 to 4 bar reversal, which is what we call 3 or 4 bar reversal below the 200-day moving average. And you all do notice there's actually a sign of weakness. You see 1, 2, and then the market reverse back. Same story. Also like what we see for the Nasdaq. But this one in here, it broke above the 200 MA. So that is a strong bullishness of this market in here. Very well, and you are at the right spot of the time in here. All right. For those of you who are just joining in here, feel free to share and also like this live video in here, and we will be covering more on the coming section in here. All right. Now let's take a look at the next part we have, which let me just get down to my laser pointer. All right, now let's take a look at the stage 2 shares. What are stage 2 shares? Now stage 2 shares are, if you look at the SmartRobie, just share up in here, switching to a wider chart here, you can see right at the back to main menu, you can see stage 2 shares is just this spot, and you hit on it, and you get many nice stocks in here. Oh, Colgate Palmolive is there if you like Colgate Palmolive. Cuci Berus Gigi one, that's the one you wash your thing. And we also have Mondelez, which is a consumer defensive. We have next, but these are what I really like. Okay, let's take a look. First one, but before we do that, for this week, let's take a look at last week. We have Nike. Okay, we were talking about Nike on the, let me just get the pen back, on the 27, 27, or maybe I've just used a highlighter. All right, yeah, okay, yeah, better this one you can see, highlighter 27, and you can see Nike NKE. Now remember that was 27. And let's take a look at the stocks. Now do take note, US market don't move that fast, because some of these you can see here is 100 over US dollar. Okay, 100 US dollar. That doesn't mean you cannot buy it. You can also buy using fractional investing. Remember fractional investing, we talk about USmart, right? One of the evening session, you can get it to USmart, right? You can open up an account to USmart. I'll give you some information towards the end there for you to open up an account and how you can get some of these stocks. So you can see NKE, and we go back to stock chart here. You can see switching to a 1 month chart, and you can see also turned Green Pentagon. Last week it did came down lower to 27 in here, and that was also part and parcel of the shake you out, and then started to pull back up in here. Look at Walmart. We all know Walmart's like supermarket like Aeon in Malaysia, but Walmart much bigger Aeon is much smaller in here. And you can see WMT. Let's look at the chart here, and also look back at 1 month, and you can see 1 month at 27. Also you can see then the market started to turn up. Only 3 bar pullbacks, so that's pretty good. Still in the continuation of a stage. Now if you enjoy what we are seeing here, give us a thumb up, and if you want me to look at any of the US stocks, want me to look at any of the US stocks, feel free to pencil in there. I'm happy to look into it. All right, and remember Roblox was also in the last week stage 2 shares, also one of the big winner in here. All right, let's take a look at this week. This week, 4th of November, we have Amazon. That's right. We have T-Mobile, which is like DG like DG. Then we have Walmart. Walmart is still there. We have Intel also. Intel is that Intel make the chip, and I think this is challenging Nvidia and also challenging AMD. All right, we got Lockheed Martin, the industrial. These are weapon making and will benefit also from the current conflict that we see in the Middle East in here. And also Monster Beverage Corporation, they make drinks. All right, so let's take a look at Amazon first, which is cloud computing, and also the big retailer. Look at the stock chart, stock comment. And you can see, switching to a 1 month chart here. Alright, definitely started to push up very nicely from the Green Pentagon, which occurred on the 30th round. So pay attention to your Green Pentagon, and that's where we are seeing this November month seasonality. Okay, will run higher. Okay, will run higher in here. So what else we have? We've seen Walmart. Let's look at Intel too. INTC. Okay, INTC, Intel. Now it makes a lot of sense, especially those of you who are not invested in the US market, right? Because if you look at it, I know many of you will be saying, oh, US dollar so expensive, 4.7, right? How to invest in US dollar? But remember, I've been in this so-called educational era when US dollar was 3.3. I was always talking at 2.8. I've been telling many of our members and the public, start looking into the US market, and also especially of our Muslim friend also. If you're a Muslim friend, there are some Sharia compliance. You can actually trade them, right? So imagine if you got into the market around 3.3, 3.8, right? 4, right now it's 4.7, isn't it? 4.7 the currency, so you will also benefit from the currency in here. I think you can look back some of the video that I've talked about on the YouTube channel. Some of these educational advices that are given to people is to start to diversify something in here, and be no surprise if our ringgit will hit 5.0. That's right, we'll hit 5.0 in here. Didn't say I didn't tell you so. All right, as for me, I already have pretty much diversified out in here, and I do think that some of our regular members, and so those of you who've been following me some time, you would know that I already bought some of the US stocks already, but you need to get some more. All right, now also don't forget, you can subscribe to our newsletter in here. This is a QR code, you can take a photo of that one. And a public announcement for our fellow Muslim friends, you can get the Sharia US shares by looking at this halal ETF called HLAL. Okay, you can type or this website here at wahid.com/myltal. So once you get in there, you go over to the holdings, right? Holding right at the column in here, and you can get that Excel and you can use it and look at it. There's about close to about 200 plus in here. So this week we'll be looking at our Robbie FA stocks, and last week we were looking at two stocks. One was Verizon, similar to T-Mobile US, like DG Cellcom DG. Then we have Global Ship Leases. So Global Ship Leases are like this. So it's always good to really take a look at their company, what they do. And if you look at that time, GSL, which is a global ship leasing, right? And it did dip a bit lower, but you can see there is a double bottom holding up nicely in here for $18. As I said before, US stocks, it will take a bit some time, usually about 1 to 2 months for it to see the run, right? And of course, we do have the November, December, and then January. This is what we call the Christmas rally in here. We'll see some of these stocks start to run. Okay, so keep note of it. Then the next one is with Horizon, and Horizon also benefiting from the year-end, Christmas, right? What we call buying and shopping spree. Okay, spree, and you can see this one started. This was last week, and you can see started to move up in here very nicely. So some of those are really good. So let's take a look at this week for the this will be the 3rd of November. We have FTNT and Fox. What are FTNT? Now FTNT, if you look in the website here, they are cyber securities. So this is something I think going forward, many companies would have need these cyber securities in here. And also Fox, we know Fox Sports, which I do watch in here, and also the Fox News and Fox channel in here has done pretty well. Let's take a look at them. First one, you can see Fox. You have a spring here right at the below. It's been down again, and again November rally. This is giving you a very good reward to risk. Okay, check out the FA2, right? And not to forget. And the next one is FTMT, which is actually the cybersecurity company in here. And then you can see this was a big drop. They actually had a drop in their revenue, right? And US stocks are like that one. They were anticipating in here, but remember, Red Pentagon, right? Cabot lah, cabot here. You know, you would have exited here, right? Guess what, right? You exited here, and then you would avoided this below. No, you may bought here, right? You exit here, maybe break even. You bought here, exit, maybe almost just lost a bit, but this is the one. But remember, this time, September to October, there wasn't any rally. There was a lot of bad news. But now with the, again, with the November, who knows? As I said before, we are looking on the upside of this market in here. Okay, and of course, one of the unique proposition of Pentagon Guider is making chart reading so much easier. When you see Green Pentagon, up signal, and we see Red Pentagon, down signal in here. So that makes things so much easier, making it simple for you to able to follow. Get the SmartRobie apps if you have donated, covering the exchange that we talk about in here. And for the US stocks, just create a watch list of all your US stocks, your favorite one like Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Intel, PayPal, whatever the case is, and be alerted. Be alerted in here. Definitely when you see the green for up signal and red for down signal in here, a very good proposition in here, making it so much easier for you to be able to follow. And don't forget, this Red Pentagon and the Green Pentagon, right, will be notified on your apps, freebie for newbie. And if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil those in here. And the SmartRobie shows, as I said before, the announcement that we made will be rescheduled back to Monday, starting next Friday. So next Friday, effectively from 8th of November, okay, 8th of November onwards. Okay, we will reschedule to a Monday, but just that it will be on the 2nd and 4th of the month for the SmartRobie in here. And for those of you which I've talked about the US account, US broker, which is based off in Singapore, okay, you can use USmart, which is currently our collaboration. And don't forget to use the code that we have is NYVJPA and earn yourself 400 points. Okay, 400 points of SmartRobie points, which you can use to redeem. One of the things we have is a couple of gift items coming up for SmartRobie, so make sure you redeem them in here. All right, so the summary that I have for the market, US market definitely looking very bullish now based on the news of the no interest rate hike, at least for the month of November and December in here, and of course the seasonality November rally on the backdrop of the no interest rate hike in here. And of course, our ongoing 7th of September for our VSA 360 premium membership in here is still ongoing drive. We invite you to join and become our premium members, just like our members in here performing very, very well. If you have not much of the success in the past, make sure you join our premium membership and you will notice the difference in here. You can see some of our users doing very well with a good win rate in here. And of course, find out more through our program. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel in here. And here are the pricing for our premium membership in here with the new features. Definitely make it so much easier for you, and people giving it great review in here. So we are back last to our final stock review. If you have any stock review that you want me to work on or want me to look at it in here, just let me know. Else, I'm going to close the session in here, and do join our Telegram chat room for all the free stock market info guide that we have in here. And definitely, I will see you on Monday. And I do think that tonight we'll see another rally in the US market in here. Stay positive, stay bullish for the month of November, and don't forget to share this Telegram in your chat room. Thank you for watching. We appreciate your time spent with us. Bye-bye.